Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am the Park Insider and we are looking at the section 7 of Isla Nublar. Yes, it has been a while since we have returned to this park, this build, and as you can see we are using the new cinematic camera already as the intro because it is finally working. And I am excited to show you all what I have been working on. Because I'm excited is that it has taken a very long time. I mean, it's been months. It's like been a really long time. Don't even exactly know how long I've been taking over this build itself. As you can see in the background of this shot already, it's lying over there. It is pretty big, and the thing is, I had recorded and I started building soon after my latest part of the island, and I was not sure about it as of yet, and I was kind of like, I built something, I had the lagoons, I was filling things in, and then I didn't like it. I had to stop, I had to rethink everything, and then I was going to move back into it. But it took longer than I was expecting. So finally, after a long time, I removed everything that I didn't like. I started over with everything surrounding the lagoons. The lagoons were all fine, placements and the rocks, the aquatic rocks you can place, those were all pretty fine. I'm decent with those at the beginning, and then I started to build surrounding the area. Even that took a long time. With the latest update, the latest big patched update, with the same time when we had the Feather Dinosaur DLC, as well as when this cinematic mode was being released, I had a lot of issues with the frame rate. So my game was, or my park was not loading in as well as it is doing it right now. And I had to wait until it was patched. Luckily, it was patched pretty fast after that. I think it was a week or something. Maybe I'm busy man in between, so I don't really count all the days at that point. So yeah, I can finally work on it, and I was halfway through, and then I worked on the rest of the area, and then I had the biggest thing. Part of this build is that I changed a lot of the plans. As you maybe can see, this is maybe let me check what this area is. This is an area, an older area, where you can see there the camera's just moving around. Maybe we can just select. As you can see, we have different planthers. With the update, we got all kinds of new foliage. As you can see, we got pine trees, everything. So I think that was even half the time I worked on it after the update, with replacing trees, way better looking planters. Everything was much nicer in design at that point. I have other parts of the park I took at the same time while doing this, but a lot still needs to be changed, and that is going to happen eventually. I'm slightly moving into it. But we are going to take a look at the new area we have made, and I have called this the Aqua Plaza. And so if we go to here, we have of course here the game. Quickly a little overview of how the park is as of now. Um, Maybe we can just show it with the capture mode immediately. I'm gonna remove the logo. I like the logo for a second there. And I'm going to show you all where we have left off. Also, normally with the videos, the Pachy Grove, for example, the Cryolophosaurus paddock, everything like these I did with a speed build video. I talked over it, and then it was basically it. I'm doing this differently because, as you can see here, um, that is the whole area next to the big lagoon over there, the two longs, as I recall them. It looks like a pair of longs. That was a pretty big build, and it was a large amount of recording time, and then I didn't use it, and I had to record new things, and I'm using 4K for recording this. It was too much work for me to do it in between, and I want to continue on. I want to work on it, and then I want to make a video of it. So finally I made this video by the time you're watching this, and it's a bit faster for my spare time, my free time, than I have to do with a huge recording with the speed build itself. It takes way longer to render everything, so that is why we're doing a little tour of the area. We are going to do a park tour eventually if everything is finished. And as you can see, and you're not familiar with section 7, we are on Isla Nublar. And Isla Nublar has a new section, section 7, which is a lot of new dinosaurs, and it is part of the Jurassic World Reimagined timeline. That is the name we have given to everything since Jurassic World Evolution 1. The name not so long ago has been I came up with that name not that long ago. My God. So we are going to check this out. We got the area over here, which is all what we started. We of course have the aviaries over there, which was the first build. I was so happy with this build as well. It was well received as well by you guys. We got the little bit of a higher area with Jungaripterus, and eventually we got the Coelophysis, we got the Pachyrhino. Well, we did a little change here. If you haven't seen it on my Instagram page, we removed the Euophycephalus. We have brought in a familiar face, which is Pierce the Cantosaurus. He has a little friend, which is a way smaller species of Cantosaurus that we have here, because this one is not trademarked by InGen at this point. We got new galleries over there, viewing galleries. The same thing with the Cryolophosaurus. Let's see where we have here. We got the viewing log over here. We also have a little bit of new additions to. They're mostly just chilling over here. We got compies. They are the cleanup crew of the larger carnivores paddocks at this point. They also enjoy each other's company a lot, it seems. Cute. And of course we got the lagoons over here, which was one of the first builds I made. As you can see here, it's a little bit rainy. It's a shame. This one has changed already a little bit with the trees and the planters and everything. And if you have followed this park for a while now on my social media, you have noticed that we had a lot of different species of marine reptiles in here, but eventually we were selected, or we have selected the Chronosaurus and the Tylosaurus as the big ones. We have the Ichtio, the Plesio, and everything that's smaller than these two, and we never really used them after pulling them away from this lagoon until now. As you can see, this is the Aqua Plaza. It sounds nice, Aqua Plaza. As you can see, it's a big build. We got 3 lagoons with most of the remaining species, excluding the Mosasaurus and excluding the Stixiosaurus, if I remember correctly its name, which was one of the latest aquatic animals we got. So with these two and the rest over here, we have almost every marine reptile in section 7. Of course, we got the Mosasaurus already somewhere else. It wasn't just that. I also worked on the plaza, and I've worked on a little hub area over there, but there are more scenic areas than I had planned. So that is kind of why it took way longer than I imagined. So before we check the animals out and everything, this is where it all starts. It was empty. We had a pathway, we had the monorail, and we had nothing else. And this is where everything started to move. We got a little bunker over here, and with the help of some new decorations from the Malta DLC, as you can see here. It makes it a little bit more interesting, more realistic. But we got the plaza over here, and we have a lot of decorations, and I have been playing, I've been testing, I've been just trying things out with every decoration we have, and I am so happy with everything I have kind of created, made up, especially this entrance over here. The lagoon area, we got a new planter, as you can see here. This is one of the other biome planters. We still have some of the basic ones, the jungle versions over here as well. As you can see, we got still jungle, we got some alpine ones. We got a little bit of a tower over here as well. I forgot about this one. So I like to do some natural things and some scenic things as well in this park. But the plaza looks very nice. I'm going to quickly take this corner over here. So we got a lagoon over here, as you can see, with all the new foliage mixed up. And this is not on the older consoles. It is on the PlayStation 5. It's on the next gen Xbox. I'm not an Xbox kind of guy, so I have no idea what the Xbox is called again. And PC, of course, has this, but the older ones doesn't have the mixed biome plans. Same thing with the buildings, but you can see it is a bit hidden away, a little bit better, more nature around it, because you cannot build everywhere surrounding. As you can see here, all what is open is there is no building space for any plants whatsoever. So I am happy with how things were going with all these decorations. We got some fountains, we got some lights. I love making these little areas where you can just hang out and just stand and wait for your friends or something. We got another entrance over here, which is directly from the Cryolophosaurus paddock. As you can see, the carnival paddock is over here. And you can just walk over here. This is an area we're going to check out later on. We got a Spinosaurus skeleton here, just a little bit of decorating. Pretty cool. We'll continue to the other side of this. And this is why I like the Malta DLC, because of the walls, the brick walls. A little bit more ruin-like, but it's just perfect. I love it. It can fit in with every biome park there is. It's really cool. Of course, the new trees. We got these trees in the middle. I made it like this, like it's growing out of the ground, and they just made a pathway around it. And just using the brick walls, the small walls on there, so it looks a little bit more sealed off. I love these trees, by the way. Mediterranean trees are the best ones, in my opinion. I also like these small areas where we have planters and we've got some sea thing going on, some sun protection. I call those things parasols. Parasols, that's it. And then we have, of course, the monorail over here, which is continuing at this point, because we have way more space to build. We need some more transportation. We've got a little bit of a sushi shop, or is this the boba tea? I think this is the boba tea one. And we got a tower over here. I'm not going to jump into it as of now, because I'll switch from the camera from moment to moment. So before we continue to the rest of the plaza itself, we got here a lagoon, and just slightly getting around it, we got a little bit of a lagoon sign, as you can see. We have the Jurassic Park viewing, lagoon viewers, how do you call those things? I don't know. Sometimes I don't know the names anymore. But this is the lagoon for the Liopleurodon. Not sure if you can see fish going on. It's small, it's just one placeable lagoon. It's really small, and of course I have turned off all the needs of the animals itself, so they do not need that much of a space, which make it easier to build, of course. But I like the style of the fence over here, which is way more protective. because of this dangerous animal. And we go down here, we can see the Liopleurodon. There are 4 of them, and got 4 different colors, 2, maybe 4, all kinds of greens with patterns. As you can see, this is a little bit of lighter green. And we got this one, which is more the orange stripes compared to this one. I think this was more darker stripe. Yeah, there's darker stripe, as you can see. So that's what I do with section 7 more often. And there are a couple of species that I'm gonna change. Are you hunting? Are you hunting, isn't it? I'm just gonna follow him a little bit. He's hunting something. I just gave up. Oh, he's going again. Just keeping an eye on him. Come on. Almost there, buddy. Almost there, buddy. Oh, that's a weird turn for all of a sudden. But yeah, while he's hunting, we just continue everything. As you can see, it's a lot of work down here, and I think it's really frustrating, but it looks really cool. I've used the color green a lot, and there's a couple of orange lights as well. We have a lot of wreckage down there. One of the things that I have seen since the last patch is that a lot of marine reptiles sometimes just hover and then move on again. As you can see here, it's kind of weird. It's what the flying reptiles do sometimes as well. I think it's something that changed in the patch, I'm not sure. It's a lot of work. As you can see, we have bubbles, everything, those kind of looking environments. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. It's pretty full of items over here. We are going to step away from the plaza a little bit because we got a little area over here behind the Boba Tea building. This is all off limits for guests. As you can see, there's no one walking here. It's specifically for employees and for Jurassic World staff and everything. We got a bunker. I've used a lot of buildings for the different, like the building itself, the different eras. It's not an era. What do you call this? DWF, Division of Wildlife and Fish, or Fish and Wildlife, something like that. And I made it this in a little area where things have been placed. We got a backup generator. It's not a backup generator, but I like these generators way more. It's just for power without all the cables and everything. There's a little bit of water tower over here. And we got the marine incubation center, which is just Jurassic World style. And we got a little building over here with like a little headquarters, but as you can see, it has the Department of the Interior. Not sure why. This is the first time I've seen it, but the Department of Fish and Wildlife, this DFW, little building over here. I use cacti as well. I like those. I mean, it's a warm climate over here, so cacti can thrive over here. This is going back to the rest of the area where we have already seen in previous builds and videos and everything. So back to the plaza, we got the second lagoon over here. Also one lagoon placement. This is the lagoon for the Plesiosaurus and the Attenborosaurus. And let's see, different trees over here. We got the Jurassic World viewing galleries over here as well. We go down. It's a bit more open, a little bit less of decoration underwater than Liopleurodon. We got the Plesiosaur here, which is brownish of color, brownish purplish, and we got the Attenboro, which I gave it a nice white, light gray colors for these species. It's just hanging out again. It's just weird. I'm not used to that. They're all doing that at the same time. You see that? And they continue again. It's weird, but oh well. I like the fishies, by the way, if you have ever noticed it. There are fishies over there, little ones. Not that much to talk about this, except that I picked these two species together because they're small and medium sized. There is no issue with them. I mean, if you played the game with the normal rules, they would probably, plesiosaurs would probably be hunted and killed maybe after a while, but most of the time I just ignored them. It's kind of weird. I have to go check something out before we continue. So hold on for a second. Well, that was kind of an interruption I quickly reacted to. So it took me 20 minutes to half an hour before I can continue this recording. I've been busy cleaning again. So my washing machine broke down today, and all of a sudden I just heard water just splashing at the place where I have my my washing machine. I've removed it already towards the bathroom, or the it's somewhere else at least, and something from there came water down from a pipe. It just spurted water up again somehow. I think maybe pressure. Everything is locked off, but it still had water in it. So I had to clean a little bit and make sure I don't have my neighbors downstairs with any leakage issues at this point. It's kind of weird that we have been dealing with this day. We are at Aqua Plaza, guys, and then we have water running down in my apartment. But we're back. It's still raining. It's like I paused it. Was it raining? I don't remember. I also don't remember where I was left off. I do know that we have checked everything else, and I think I've done talking about oh, I remember now. I was talking about why I picked these two. Well, because they're perfectly next to each other. It's the best option at that point. So we're going to move on. Yeah, we were here. When we continue on to the rest of the plaza, I have a couple of seating areas over here, resting areas, picnic places. You can see some planthers as well. Not that much to talk about. It's pretty much the same as the rest of the plaza, as you can see. We're going to check out this part after. We're going to go in between here. Between the two lagoons, we've got an entrance over here as well for the lagoon that I'm going to talk about in a second. We've got a little bit of a toilet situation here. I hope there the pipes and the plumbing everything is fine over there, not like I have. If I just had 20 minutes ago. I just have to rethink everything again. Damn it. Every time I want to record something, or before I record, something is happening, which was my washing machine breaking down, and then now I'm recording and halfway something happens again. It's just not how I planned my free day. I was going to do this on my free day as well. So as you can see, as I'm playing around here with decorations, making some nice things. Like these, a little bit of a snake going on there. And this is the other side of the Plesiosaurus lagoon over there. We got an area over here I'm going to check out. We got, of course, the aquarium. Aquarium. We got an aquarium over here. And in my mind, like in how I kind of work on things, in my imagination and in my storytelling of everything here, the aquarium is down below. It's underground. You go down and there's a lot of aquariums with fish, and there are some more prehistoric related fish, like some sharks, some rays and everything, and it's being explored on that bit. And you can also move towards the connected areas of the lagoons here. And it's an underground tunnel network, for example, with a lot of aquaria in between. So there are a lot of fish underground in between of the lagoons. And instead of just have this lowered every time, I just make this that is an area connected with tunnels and everything. That's kind of how I imagined how this is going to be. We got an extra little area over here, which I have already shut the entrance off. You can see it's an employee only area. We have an extra ranger station, and these are, I think it's the red team. I make color teams. We got blue and green. This is for later extra paddocks and lagoons where they can help out. These have no jobs as of now. We got a power station because I was thinking like Jurassic World has a power station somewhere, right? And we have a couple of ideas with references of where this is. We have, of course, geo power from the volcano and everything, but I wanted to have a little bit of an extra hub. So this is what I made behind the aquarium itself. Also a little bit of an area. This is all part of the building. The little area with some maintenance things, you know. As you can see, it looks great. This is one of the seating things I talked about earlier that I like to do. We have a little bit of a rocky path you can jump over, stepping stones towards the water supply over here. It's just a little bit of a nature scenic thing that I want to include in my builds as well. Sometimes you can just use space for this. It doesn't have to be part of a dinosaur paddock, or you can just make it like this. And then we have the area. This is going to be in towards the rest of the park. And we got a little area that's still part of Aqua Plaza. We're going to check out this as the last part because it's the least interesting of it all. But we got this lagoon over here, which is two sizes than larger, one size larger than the other two. It's two pieces of lagoons over here next to each other. Wait, is it? Yeah, it is. I have to keep an eye on it. Like, is it truly? Am I just talking like out of my ass, or no? It's really is. It's two of them. I can check it out later, of course. We have the remaining two dinosaurs or two aquatic species over here. We got the ichthyosaur, and I gave them, of course, the colors of dolphins and sharks because those are the best looking ones in my opinion. I don't like the purple, or no, it's cool but not for the park I want to make perfect at least. They are the small marine life, but we of course have large marine life. We got them over here. This is the Elasmosaurus. I made them green with some flashy red colors on it because of the genes it's been using. It's more fish DNA than Elasmosaurus DNA, like how InGen always creates its dinosaurs. And we got one that is a little bit of a different green, as you can see. That's the cool thing with Jurassic World Evolution 2 and the skin colors and everything. You can make one species of colorations, but some are a little bit darker of skin color, some lighter, some have more brighter patterns than the other, you know? Same thing with the Ichthyosaurus. This is a more lighter one, as you can see, and we got a little bit more darker Ichthyosaurus. The terrain of the lagoon. Okay, that is pretty weird. I think this is something that is because of the updates. Okay, it's something I have to check out later on. That is weird. We got some floating decoration. Is it everywhere? It is everywhere. It is at least in the middle, it seems. Not on the edges. It's just... Is it here as well? No, it's not. It's just a couple of things that are floating, it seems. Weird. We're going to fix that after the recording. But the idea is that it's a little bit more open, more sandy, so like a different kind of location where they live and they thrive and everything. Got some fishermen's cages that have been sunk down as well. But yeah, that was the bigger one. This is the third one of the lagoons over here. So those are basically the animals and the lagoons that were planned for this area. But we still got a couple of things to showcase. we're going to move to this side. This is going to be a little teaser. I have not much to tease beside that. This is going to be a small new area, as you can see. It's what I've done with previous builds as well to make things lifelike, you know. I didn't do it for the Aqua Plaza, but oh wait, I did, but I never used it because it looked bad. But this is going to be a small area for a smaller dinosaur. It's going to be a small dinosaur over here. It's probably not going to be alone, so it's might have maybe two species of small dinosaurs, but one in general is one of the newer dinosaurs we haven't used in Jurassic World Evolution 1, so everything is new, of course. And that is going to be the next build. So we have a staff center. I noticed something about this. So if you use upgrades, because you can only place 3, but you want to do like upgrades, you get planters. It just gives you trees, and if you do 2 upgrades, it makes them into palm trees. If you do 1 upgrade, it's a smaller palm tree. And if it's nothing, it's just flowers. But the decoration versions of it, so this is a working staff station. If you do the one with which is going to be decoration, you cannot change everything, which is a shame in my opinion. It's a bit of a shame. But if you can just walk here. This is the fence that is going to stay here as well. I like the whole vibe of the fence here as well. This is the edge of the map, so it's like an extra precaution, safety. The dinosaurs cannot escape that easily or get through it from the other side if they escape on the other side of the island, like the Dominus did, for example. A little bit of an area with water as well. This moves on to the little shopping and restaurant hub of the plaza. And we got the main path over here, and this is something I liked the idea of. So this is in my mind something else than a Spino, so it's more like a Liopleurodon skull, for example, right? And we got a tent here, and one of the employees, one of the enthusiasts, is going to talk about the marine life of marine reptiles from the past. So kids especially can just come in the tent and they show things like Megalodon tooth, for example. That's something that you can find a lot of, but you do not always hear the whole stories. And the reason how I came up with this is because of I've been to Comic-Con recently. That was the first Comic-Con in the Netherlands, in Brabant. And I went there with my bestie, and well, it was fun to watch and to go there. It's way smaller than I used to see in the Netherlands, but it was fun. And there, once again, and shout out to these guys, are the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park cosplayers. They have this little booth with all their props they made, and they have the hand puppets and everything. And it reminded me of zoos and everything that have, or museums that have like a little bit of a show or an educational moment, or specific times where children can just learn about things, and then they open these lockers with all kinds of things in it. And so this is kind of what I expected from this place, so people can just learn a thing or two. And then we just move on to the plaza, which is over here. This is the plaza. It's just a little bit more of a beach, like sandy place. A little bit of difference than the rest of the plaza. Some toilets. I never realized that there is a logo on the side over here. never realized until now. So we got a place to sit, as you can see. We got a little shop with toys, and as you can see, we've got some things behind here. These are places for the staff to relax, have their lunch break, and don't have to go across the island to find their lunch place or something. We got a tower as well here, to watch over the to have a look over of the lagoon. We got an extra bunker, security bunker. Also some placements of stuff over here. And we got some restaurants and some drinks. We got some barbecue, we got some sushi, and we got some slush puppy, I think, of ice cream. But people can sit here, relax, have a bite on top, as you can see here as well. Also a place behind there where employees can sit and relax. Some crates and everything like that. It's not just all about dinosaurs. Sometimes it's also about the facilities itself. Right. That's what I was thinking of, at least. Nice little place to sit. So we got the monorail ending over here for now. That is some new planters as well. You have a little place where you can just walk through it, but it's not that interesting to walk here. There's a possibility for ranger teams, for example. But this pathway has a nice little place where you can sit, as you can see with the lights. It's pretty cool if it's raining. A little bit more lights. Like the purple, the green, the blue. But there's a little place where you can just sit under the trees. Which looks way better now we got the Mediterranean trees here as well. I still use the other one. Do I? Is this the one? No. Is this the one? I can't remember. I've been using Mediterranean trees a lot. Oh, this tree. Look, this is the tree that we use a lot. But you can see everywhere the big green ones. Right? I still use those. Oh, it is this one. Yeah, it is this one. But I do like these so much. But yeah, guys, that is Aqua Plaza, which is part of Section 7. Section 7 on Isla Nublar. Big build, a lot of time. This is a big video because of that as well. I like to talk. I am enthusiastic to talk about this build. It is going pretty cool. As you can look like this, I just zoom over the park as of now, how it turned out. I am pretty proud of it. I am pretty proud of it. This is all we have left, so we got a lot over here that we can continue to build. As you can see, all the open green area is still we're gonna do. There's gonna be an extra aviary over here, which I've planned to have some herbivore species in as well, if I do like it, because we can do it with the exploit of the it's not a bug anymore. I think they implemented it as a little bit of an Easter egg, as we can now also have flying reptiles just move out of the aviaries and everything. I think they like the whole idea that we use it. And we got the small area for the next time. This is going to be a new small herbivore enclosure. And that's going to be the first thing I will work on. It's going to be an easy and a fast build as well. So that's going to be a speed build. And then we move on to at least 2 more carnivores. A couple of... one or two herbivores that we have for Section 7 planned. And then we got all the new Jurassic World Evolution 2 base game dinosaurs that are new. And the first DLC dinosaurs and reptiles. And soon then we move over to a next build where we have all the remaining DLC animals that we haven't used yet. So it's going to be an amazing work afterwards. So for now, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I can inspire you. I got some comments today while I was recording after I checked my washing machine that someone asked when the video is going to be dropped or tour. Well, here it is, mate. Here is the video. And I hope you can be inspired. I hope you see some nice things you want to try out. And definitely do that, man. If you see something new, try it out. If you like it, do it. I love to hear and see if you guys can see something you might want to do as well. It's make me happy. Just doing this for the fun as well. And I do the same thing. If I see something interesting, I just pick it up and try it out myself, of course. and if I like it, I keep it. So yeah, if you like the video, do a thumbs up. If you absolutely do not like this video, if you do not like Jurassic World Evolution, do a thumbs down, but I probably wonder why you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe to my channel and you can follow the rest of Section 7 and videos over time. It takes a while, but there is videos over time and a lot more than just park building itself. If you haven't followed me, you can also follow me on Instagram. We have a lot more pictures posted there. You can see so much more and teasers especially for the videos as well. And you're always in touch with me at that point. So definitely follow the Park Insider on Instagram. And I hope to see you next time. Take care, bye bye, stay awesome, and see you later.